What's up, Judah Generation? We hope you guys are good. We hope your day is going good so far. Listen, we are in week 4 of we're not in a particular series, but there were some things that we felt like we needed to share. So this is a word from the vault, but we felt like there's someone who might still need it. So we are trusting that God is going to give you something and do something, right? Because we still have the opportunity to help each other out. Okay, so we're going to jump right in. Today we are talking about the battlefield. The battlefield. So let's jump right in. I'm going to give you Luke 10 and 19. It says, "Behold, I've given you authority to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall hurt you." Right? Then Deuteronomy 28 verse 7 says, "The Lord will cause your enemies who rise against you to be defeated before you. They shall come out against you one way and flee before you 7 ways." What is the next level about? I just need to give you a few examples. I can use David, who went from being a shepherd boy to being a king. Joseph, who went from being a slave to being second in charge in Egypt. Moses, who went from being a murderer to the man who led Israel out of Egypt. Samson, who went from losing his strength to gaining his strength. Esther went from being a slave and being captured to being the queen. Jesus, who was murdered, who revealed himself as our Messiah. What is the battlefield? The battlefield is the fight of your life. Your battlefield might be confusion, depression, stress, your finances, your uncertainty, whatever you feel stuck in. And we all have our own battlefield that we are fighting on. Right? Now, for those of you who are big gamers, you will understand this analogy. I personally love KO knockout arcade games, right? If you go, wherever you go, anyone said Tigrenis, I don't know, wherever you go, when you play these games, on any game, there are different stages, right? Different levels, and there are different characters to choose from. And before you start any game, what do you have to do? You have to pick a character. And in order to choose the best one, you look at how they are built, you look at their strengths and their weaknesses. And so here's a question for you. What does your character look like? What does your character look like at this stage in your life? Do you know what your strengths and your weaknesses are? And so here's the thing about any game. You always start at level 1, right? That's the beginner stage, and most likely the beginner stage will be the first 3 stages depending on the game. And so the beginner stage is more of a training ground, right? It's the level for where your abilities are tested, your abilities, your knowledge, and your wisdom, right? And then you get to the medium level stage, right? And at this stage, you become more of an expert. At this point, you know more or less what to do. You know how to defend yourself and when and how to attack and fight, right? You know what your capabilities are at this point, and you know exactly how to use them. Then the last stage is for the one who has mastered the other levels. The other stages, right? The last level is for the one who has conquered the enemy that has appeared on all the other levels. The one who had to fight through so much opponents and get through so many other stages and situations. And so I have a question for you. Which level are you on right now? Because here's the thing, you cannot go to a new level or the next level if you are not fully aware of the level you are on right now. Every level and every stage represents a situation, right? A challenge. And on every level, here's what happens. You either conquer and go on to the next level, or you fail and you stay on the same level. And so each level also has a new opponent. In a game, the narrator will say there is a new challenger approaching. and what happens is you then stand face to face with your opponent, and after the narrator counts to 3, the fight begins. What happens in a game is when you win a round, the game then says, "Congratulations, you have reached a new level." It means that you have now been promoted, you have been elevated. But going to the next level, here's what I need to tell you, does not come without a fight. And here's what I want to assure you with today, right? The will of God and your destiny will prevail. Your victory will happen. Your success and your winning is part of the plan of God for the season of your life. You will be declared as the winner at the end of this, even though you might be on the battlefield. You need to realize, as a believer, it's not you that's fighting, it's your God. And your God has never lost a fight. And I believe we are on all different levels, right? We are standing, fighting, and warring on different levels, different stages, but God has given you the capability, the strength, the necessary tools to conquer whatever stage of life you find yourself on. You have the ability to defeat whatever opponent you're busy facing right now, and I believe that you will win this round.